What's up, people? Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone situated. I am driving in, let's see, Texas. Coming up near Amarillo. I stayed in Searcy, Oklahoma last night. Uh, just I picked up that load from Pittsburgh, PA, to going to El Paso. So I'm about 530 miles from my delivery point. Delivers in the morning. So I'll probably get pretty all the way there, pretty close, and shut down for the night. I already have a load picking up in El Paso, right down the road from my delivery. Looked at for a decent rate, considering they don't pay very well to come out of El Paso going back to the Midwest, but it paid pretty good going there. I probably should have negotiated the rate a little better, but paid $3,000 to go there from Pennsylvania. But the load only weighs 3,000 pounds, so I feel like I did pretty good on that. If it was a heavier load, I would have wanted, like $2 a mile. But just kind of needed to make as much as I could on Monday. But this video is about, did I buy a lemon truck, a lemon semi truck, or not? And it's a joke. It's funny, but because if you watch any of my other videos, as soon as I got it off the lot, I've had problems, and the whole thing about trucking is keeping the wheels rolling, especially owner operator, because there's no company that's paying for my repairs. When I just stopped into a Boss Man repair shop in Oklahoma. I was gonna have them hook up my diagnostic port and see what kind of code I'm throwing for the check engine light. And they're like $119. And I heard a couple guys in there that are on the phone, their company's going to pay for their repairs. And I'm like, I remember that. Must be nice. But that's the risk associated with this. That's being in business for yourself. No one's going to pay your bills but you. The whole thing is keeping the truck on the road, keeping the wheels rolling, and being able to generate revenue, to pay your expenses, because the expenses and the bills keep coming. The truck insurance, that keeps coming. The truck payment, that keeps coming. Sorry, it looks like I got disconnected. But yeah, if I were to do this again, I'd save up a shit ton more money, because, it's not necessarily people being negative that are out there telling you need a shit ton of reserves. This business, man, you can get lucky and you can have bad luck. And if you buy a truck and right off the rip, your truck's in the shop and you're not on the road, like me, that's a few weeks of no revenue, and your expenses will keep coming. So you're constantly working from behind, which I am. My so my profit margin is, I need to keep this thing on the road and catch up. So I'm playing catch up. But so this truck, I bought the 2014 International Pro Star with the Max Force, and a lot of people, I guess I was hoping, and that's what you don't do. It's like playing craps. I probably should have just bought the Volvo I was going to buy, or like a Freightliner or something, 60 series, or I don't know, man. I mean, all trucks have problems. Just because there's a sister truck. This truck had two trucks. Sorry, I keep losing connection, but yeah, I try to get this video done real quick because it looks like I'm not getting good connection. But yeah, so thankfully the dealer covered $5,000 in repairs for the throttle body position valve and the EGR cooler and the batteries, and a couple other little things. But in beginning, so since I drove it, from Pittsburgh to where I am now, I'm now in Texas, almost Amarillo. It's been running really good. All fluid levels staying strong. I haven't lost any coolant since they replaced the EGR. And but last night, well, actually, I got to Columbus, Ohio from Pittsburgh that same day. I drove it off to the repair shop, and I got a check engine light came on again. You know, I know these newer trucks, all the freaking codes and electronics and computerized modules and sensors can, you know, throw different codes off. But typically, I think when these things come up, when the, you know, it's not for no reason, you know, whether it's minimal or not. So I just kept watching my fluids. You know, I drove another 1,000 miles from when the check engine light came on. I didn't notice any derated power. All my temperature gauges went sound. My oil level was good. My coolant level was solid, which was really good to see because before my EGR went out, I was consuming tons of coolant, and so that's a relief, but it scares me. So when I got stopped for my 10-hour last night in Siri or whatever, Oklahoma, well, before then it was nighttime, and I had been running, you know, almost 700 miles, and it started to get cold, and it was temperature change. So I don't know if it's just moisture buildup or what, but I looked, you know, I was getting some white smoke last night, nowhere near what I got with the EGR cooler, but still, it was, you know, I was seeing white smoke come out last night, and that alarmed me, man. That's like, well, I just had the EGR cooler, and all my fluids are good, so is it a blown head gasket? You know, or is the DPF just not regenerating and it's clogged up, and I need to get that cleaned? Those are my two things, you know, or like, is it like a intake plug or whatever? I don't know, man. But I can't really go get the. I don't really have time. I have to deliver this load to go get it checked, and quite frankly, I really don't want to spend the money. You know, it's just I've spent so much money, but I probably will hopefully try to find time to have it hooked up. If not, when I get back home, I'll have the dealer that I bought it from hook it up. And if it's a blown head gasket, they're not probably going to cover it because they said they paid all they would. So that in that situation, that puts me in a very bad situation. And that's a situation you don't want to be in. So hopefully you learn from my mistakes and either get a full warranty or just don't buy a MaxxForce, or be very, very. I mean, you could do all the research on the truck you want. These things are they're equipment, man, and they can go. Shit goes wrong no matter how good you look into it. You know, so I mean, it's hard to say. You're basically gambling, regardless how much money you have in your bank. You're still gambling. You're buying, unless you buy a brand new truck. But even at that, you know, the manufacturer slips up sometimes, and you'll buy a brand new truck that I see right down, you know, a couple 100 miles down the road, they're pulled over. So, you know, some people get better luck than others, and get better trucks. But so when I pulled over, because the white smoke and the check engine light, I immediately, you know, checked my coolant level. That was excellent. There was nothing inside the coolant, like oil or anything. But then I checked my oil cap, and there was some little milky residue with moisture bubbles. And I know that can just be moisture built up and the temperature change and all that, and it being night and cold, and but with the little bit of white smoke that I was getting, and then the check engine light, and having that milky residue in my oil cap was very alarming to me, because that says, you know, it's possible blown head gasket. Uh, Scary, man. Scary, scary shit. Because if I'm off the road again, I don't know what I'll do, man. I'll probably have to turn this dang truck back in. But surely try my best. But yeah, so that's that. I called the repair shop, and it, there's definite moisture bubbles, and I'm not losing any coolant. I My dipstick didn't have any of that milky residue in it, and the oil level was still full. It wasn't like I didn't gain any oil in that filler tube cap. So I obviously I want to hope that it's just moisture buildup, and the system is like I just had a fresh oil change to it at that repair shop, and this is the first time the truck's been on the road like this consistently. So I don't know, man. And temperatures going from cold, a little bit warmer, back to cold. So I don't know, man. Obviously, I want to hope for the best, but with this truck, I'm expecting the worst. Like I had a blown head gasket. I'm just praying it doesn't freaking throw a rod or blow up on me before my delivery, and then my pickup. I'm hoping I can get it back home before I blow the engine, if that is the case, and have the dealer either take care of it or say, "Good luck, buddy." And I'm not set up. I could probably pay the repair, but then I'd be as far as the whole thing is having the truck not make money is is extremely bad for my business because I have all my home bills. And then I have my truck payment, my truck insurance, all that coming in, and I'm not set up. If I had like 10, 20, 30 more grand, then yeah, I could easily withstand that, but I don't. So I'm basically rolling the dice. If I can get this truck, keep this truck rolling for a few months, man, that would help me out because then I could have some reserves in for repairs. But if it has another significant repair, I'm probably done. So it is what it is, man. You learn from your mistakes and you grow. I'm still a realtor. I still have a family, and I still love life. So if I did buy a lemon truck and she blows up on me and the dealer doesn't replace it, and I have to go out of business, then so I'll learn from it, and next time I'll have more money reserves if there is a next time. But you live and you learn, man. Life is still good regardless. But I hope you guys are all having better luck. Like I said, I'm in Texas, and hopefully we'll make it to my delivery there in El Paso uh, around 8 or 9 p.m. I'll make a video later on maybe and update you. So, yeah, hopefully I didn't buy a lemon truck, but so far it's been a lemon. Hope you guys have better luck, man, and learn from my mistakes. Uh, Keep it safe out there and keep it rolling.